Hello, my Pisces, and welcome to your day. Thank you so much again for joining me. So, the video I have for you today is one where we're going to talk about how to understand how your sign relates to other signs and other planets based on where they are in the sky at that time. So, this isn't something that I've heavily touched on before, but it's been on my mind a lot. And while this isn't a typical kind of video for me, I do feel like this information is important, and I want you guys to have it so that you can understand how and why things are so different for you. Every sign is different, every piece of a sign is different, but we're not going to focus on segmented signs. We're going to focus on just the whole sign of Pisces and how you generically but do relate to other signs as compared to other signs and how they relate to you and the planets. So without just totally overkilling it, let's just jump right into all of this. What we have on the video is the chart. It's like a birth chart. If you were to do a birth chart, this is kind of the chart you would see, except this is just an astrology chart. I do sidereal charts because it is literal to what is in the sky right now. I do tropical astrology, when it comes to signs and things about signs. But I do think it's important to be factual with the planets and where they are located because that is a science. But I'm digressing. I'm just going to jump on in and just start talking about how you relate to where you are. So the first thing is to understand the different aspects and what those aspects are for you. So obviously when you're in conjunction, that means that's you and it's in your sign. That is a very positive, it just is. It's not even like it's flowing. It's not like it's got, everything is just working out via luck or just positive energies. It just is. When something is in your sign, it just is part of you. So right now we have Neptune, not in your sign, but close to your sign. So you're probably feeling very much like yourself. I do believe that when your planet is in your sign, you just feel a little more in tune. You feel a little more natural rhythm. For you, Pisces, that's Neptune, that dreamy, ethereal, mystical, expressive side of life for you is when Neptune is in tune with you. It makes you feel very what am I trying to say? Like you understand things, like your intuition has been heightened. People may think you're a little bit like whatever, but the truth is you know more than people want you to know about a situation. But this is even greater when the moon is in your sign. So for those couple of days when the moon is in your sign, you probably feel very much emotionally connected to like everything and everyone. It's like who you are. So just starting there with the conjunction, your Chirian is in conjunction with you like almost a dead center, but that is kind of this, I don't want to say destructive comet, and I also don't focus on Chirian a lot. It's a lot deeper into this. We're going to stick with the basics, but I'll just throw that out there because it is in your sign. So as we go through the month, you're going to end up with, Neptune is going to be in your sign. The sun is going to be in your sign. The moon will have gone through your sign. Venus will be entering into your sign towards the end of the month, and at the very end of the month you're even going to have Mercury entering or right next to your sign. So everything is going to be shifting into your sign. Not everything, but a lot. You're going to have a lot going on. So that means when it comes to love, you're going to have love on your side through most of the month of March. Communication is starting to get heightened for you towards the end of March. Middle of March, all the way until, part of April, you're going to have this really understood sense of self going on. And with Neptune just right around the corner, you're just this intuitive side. It's almost like it's being awakened. Okay, because Neptune stays in a sign for a while. So you have been probably almost feeling this awakening maybe for almost a year, but towards the end of the year, Neptune is going to, or middle of the year, Neptune is going to completely have transitioned into your sign. And throughout the end of 2021 and most and half of 2022, you are just going to feel this really intuitive side of you just awaken. It's going to be beautiful. I'm so happy for you, Pisces, that you get to experience this. When you have a slower moving planet that is your ruling planet, when it finally lines up, it is just right where it's at, you know. Aquarius, Neptune has been in Aquarius for so long, but Neptune and Aquarius are actually very opposite. Those energies are not in tune with each other. Like air and water are not the worst mix. Air and earth are like the worst mix, and water and fire are the worst mix, but they don't go very well with each other when it's Aquarius, you know, just because of how an Aquarian is. It's not like it's a discombobulation kind of a relationship, not like it is with a Gemini, let's say. But there is some tension there because Aquarius is very focused, and it just kind of causes one to be a little less ready, a little less assured when you're in Aquarius. But I'm totally getting off subject because we're talking about Pisces. I'm sorry. So that's what's going on directly in your sign throughout the month of March, starting with just the feelings of Neptune moving into your sun sign. Then you're going to have Venus joining, and by the end of the month, so will Mercury. Communication, love, self, intuition. It's all going to be good for you for March. So now let's move out of conjunction. Let's talk about another favorable aspect. We're just going to focus on all the favorable ones with you right now, is a sextile aspect. Those are ones that are 30. I said 30 in the last video, but I meant 60. I'm all over the place. So those are the ones that are 60 degrees away from you. So in this case, it wouldn't be the ones right next to you, it would be the ones right next to them. So where you have Aquarius on one side and Aries on the other, those are kind of net neutral. They're not positive, they're not negative, but they're not going to help or hurt you. But the ones outside of that start to get a little more active in your life. So that's where we've got Capricorn and we've got Taurus. They are both the first sextiles that you come across on either side of you. They're earth signs. There we have water and earth meeting up, being, you know, positive elements with each other. And those two are going to be where, I guess you could say, when you try something in those areas, when you try something with those other signs, it's going to work out. You know, it's going to make a good friendship usually. It's going to make a good business partner usually. And then also when planets are in those signs, those things are going to work out for you too. So for you, Pisces, while all this energy has been in Capricorn, like half of last year, and even now, you've still got Saturn, you still got Jupiter, Pluto inside of Capricorn. Those kinds of energies are going to be lining up with you. So when it comes to like the depths of the mind with Pluto, you're going to be feeling that. When it comes to structure and rules, you're going to be able to work with that. And then you have Jupiter, which is the house of like luck and opportunity and abundance. You're going to be influenced by that as well. These are areas of your life where it's not like they're going to be a part of you, like I was saying about Mercury and the Sun and Venus. Those are a part of you. Neptune moving into your planet, that's a part of you because it's conjunct with you. But when something is sextile with you, it means that you may not necessarily be thinking, I absolutely want to do that, but if you do choose to do one of those things, if you put effort into one of those areas of your life, it will work out. So that's how Capricorn is affecting you with Saturn, Jupiter, and Pluto. But on the other side, on your right-hand side, you have Taurus. And inside of Taurus is Mars. So with Mars and Taurus, that means that passion, sense of purpose, attitude, maybe a little bit of aggression, but more so just this, desire for action and completion, encouragement, and courage for yourself is going to be heightened. And being that it's in Taurus, when those two things line up, that means it's going to deal with the physical and the family. So physical and family life, there's going to be this call for action and passion and encouragement. And those things, when they come together, it's going to work out for you in a very direct kind of way. So don't be afraid to act on things in your home life. Don't be afraid to act in general and go for something, even if you're not 100% sure, because the planet of action is sextile to you, and that is a positive energy. So now that we've talked about in conjunction and sextile, the other things to talk about are, when things are trian to you, which is triangular, that would be any one of your water signs. Those people, Mercury, I'm just all over that. I keep going from signs to planets to signs. But Scorpio and Cancer are the other two water signs, and for you, Pisces, they are triangular to you. So that means that those energies, because it's like water and water, it's just like when something is conjunct with you, it just is. It's just going to work more naturally. It's not to say that it's always going to be perfect, nature versus nurture. Nurture is effect for sure on a person, but the nature of it is that in general you will work really well with other Cancers and other Scorpios and other Pisces. So the thing about the planets with that right now, though, is just to know that there are no planets in those signs. There are not going to be any planets in those signs for a couple of months. That whole side of the chart is bare. It's not to say that those energies aren't dealing with anything or having anything going on there, but just know that Cancer, and really from Gemini all the way to Sagittarius for you, it's not affecting your internal workings of your life. The only thing you have to look out for there is the moon. And that is why I do like to do the moon readings as well, because the moon is our fastest moving body in the sky. It just is. And so it's the thing that can impact us the quickest and just in and out of our lives in different areas. And it's important to understand where it's at, what it's doing. So we don't have to worry about anything being triangular. But normally you don't have to worry about anything being triangular anyway, because that's a good thing. If something's triangular, you're not worrying about it. You're working with it. So things that you would worry about, which you don't have. I swear, Pisces, you've just got a really good chart going on for the next couple of months. There is nothing square to you, and there is nothing opposite to you. So square is when it would be in either Sagittarius or Gemini. You have nothing square to you. Opposite would be in Virgo. There's nothing in Virgo. There's nothing on that side of the chart for you. Everything, every planet, every single element, every body in the sky other than the moon is within a positive or at the least net neutral range of you. So Pisces, you really need to take advantage of all this good energy that you're in the dead center of it. Everybody talks about, how Capricorn had all these signs and Aquarius is having all these signs. But the fact is that all the planets are within 2 signs of you. And if things are within 2 signs of you, they are on your side, literally on your side of the chart, on your side of the universe. And I think that's just amazing that that's literally what that means, is that on your side of the universe, everything is on your side, and it is as beautiful as it sounds. So take advantage of these things while they're happening, because they won't last forever. By the middle of the year, Mars, Venus, Mercury, the Sun, it's all going to be on the other side, So all of our faster moving bodies are going to be starting to oppose you. So, like, for instance, you have Mars is in Taurus, but it won't be in Taurus for long. It's probably only going to be in Taurus for maybe another 3 weeks, 2 weeks. Then it's going to be in Gemini. Gemini is square to you. So, just know that when it comes to passions, really now is the time to act on it, because give it another 3 weeks and you're going to have to start being a little more selective of when you are being aggressive and focused and pushing forward. You're gonna lose Mars on your side until it gets back into Cancer, and then you're gonna lose it while it's in Leo, and then when it's in Virgo, it's gonna be meh. It's going to be negative. When it's in Leo, it's going to be meh. When it's in Libra, it's going to be meh. So there's going to be an entire 3 months of signs where passion is going to be gone. It's just not going to be on your side. So if you are looking at something, you're thinking about acting, you're thinking about doing, do it. Don't wait. Do it now. You've literally only got a few weeks before you lose some of this energy. And not to say you're going to lose a lot of your energy, but as you know, all the other planets, they focus on different aspects of your life. The aspect of action, focus, passion, aggression, attitude, pushing forward. The fire of Mars is going to be somewhere else. It's going to be on somebody else's side. So really, for now, Pisces, that's all I have. I just want to give you an overview of where you're at and how things are for you. And just to understand that, if something is triangular or sextile, which is either 60 or 120 degrees to you, it's really good. If something is square or something is opposite, it's either 90 or 180 degrees, and it's just, the energy's just not right. It's just not going to work out. So keep those in mind as you look at your chart, as you become more familiar with who you are. If you go back and look at your birth chart, look at the things that are square and opposite versus the things that are sextile and triangulated, and you'll know where your beginning was. And you may even have some insight into understanding the roots you need to go back to. When people say go back to your roots, go back to the planets and the energies that naturally align with your life and your body. All right, well, that's all I have for you. I hope you join me next time. I hope this has been, educational at the very least, especially if you're looking at other people's information. At least you'll have this to say, oh, I know what it means when something is sextile. I know what it means when something is opposite. Just remember, if it makes a 90-degree angle, 90, 180, those energies, not your friend. You don't want things that are hard perpendicular lines. You want things that are really comfortable triangular lines, like the 60 degrees and the 120. All right, I'm going to let it go. If you have any questions, post them below. If you've made it this far, subscribe. And if you want to see more about the moon, I'm going to start posting a full cycle video on the main channel. The new moon is on the 12th of this month, so you can expect to see a new moon video for about that'll show every moon cycle and sign that it transitions through in the sky over its 28-day cycle. That's all I have, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.